just reading through the news and I see that we're actually going to get Black Widow this summer, and it's going to be in theaters and Disney Plus. And I want to talk to you guys about this right now. Good evening, good day. Welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to see you. Good to have all your smiling faces here. Thank you so much for watching today. We're talking Black Widow. We're getting what is going to be, I guess, the official final release date for this film. We are finally going to be able to watch Black Widow this summer. The news broke that we have Black Widow set to release on July 9th, 2021. The original release date that we had was way back to be actually for May of 2020. So this is coming past a full year of when it was actually done, ready to release, and because of COVID, everything has been pushed back for delays. The reason why I want to talk to all of you about this is because, one, huge Marvel fan. This is coincidence, by the way. Two, I love the MCU, and I've been watching and seeing how this movie has progressed, and also how Marvel is reacting, and I wonder how much of it has to do with the trend of other companies, other studios going with the online model for their films. What's interesting to me, and this is probably not true, it's purely speculative, but HBO Max just released the Snyder Cut this week, and overall, we're getting a huge amount of success out of that film. And I feel like, and a lot of you do too in the community, where, there has been numerous opportunities, it's felt like, that you could release Black Widow over this entire past year. Like, we were supposed to get it in May, we couldn't get the theaters. Marvel and Disney didn't look like they were going to release it in the theaters, obviously, because they're shut down for the most part, but even when things were opening up a little bit, it's going for that global audience that they want. So they kept pushing it back, and it felt like, okay, when is this thing actually going to come out? And there's a huge outpour of people saying that we should just release it on digital. Why not just go and sell it through Disney Plus? Others saying it should be on theaters and both, and now we're actually going to find out that we're actually going to get both. I wonder that because of the timing of this, I wonder if any of it at all has anything to do with the overall positive reception Justice League received this past week by having it on its streaming platform, not available in theaters. Now, again, that's a 4-hour experience, the Snyder Cut is. It doesn't fit in itself into the theater experience. However, I think it's interesting to look at it and see if anything like that has to do with it, where they're seeing that there is an opportunity, and a great opportunity to say, let's get this thing out, we got to get this out. We've also got to try and hit our release windows for other films within the MCU. Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings is also scheduled to be coming out now in September. We also got to look at this MCU timeline of being able to hit all of these films coming out over the course of the next 2-3 years, so that Marvel can kind of get on track. So getting this Black Widow movie out on time, or at least getting it in some time now, is I think it's necessary, and they had to pull the trigger on this. Here's the big question that I have for all of you is, how do you feel about having Black Widow released in both theaters and on Disney Plus Premium? The Disney Plus Premium service that they're doing is the rentals service. You could rent this film the one time for $34.99. And even just looking on my Twitter feed, and some people are like, great, I'm excited, I get to either go to the theater, or more so, I see more people saying, great, this is amazing, I get to sit on my couch and watch this movie. I am in that camp. Movie theaters out here in Toronto are still not really open. Don't know when, and frankly, don't have the desire to yet. And Black Widow itself is not a movie that I am clamoring to get into the theaters to watch. It'd be cool, and if it was normal, if everything was normal, I probably would go see this in theaters, because it'd just be I think it's just gonna be a good popcorn action Marvel movie. I think it's gonna be solid. I have no reason to doubt Marvel at this point. But I am excited to be able to have that experience of a full Marvel movie at home. And I think what also is working to Marvel's advantage is the renowned success of WandaVision, and the current success after one episode right now of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and seeing how positively the community has reacted, fans have reacted as a whole, and putting this on Disney Plus, they've got more subscribers on there too. And thinking globally, right? They want to be able to hit these marks especially for other films, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, like they have to be able to hit these marks also for international audiences, and they have international subscribers for Disney Plus. So it's not just our market of the North American market to consider, but it's also just internationally and globally of like how many people want to be able to get their hands on this movie. Releasing it in theaters is just, I think, just a good option to have. If people can go to the theater, want to, if it works in their area, then at least it's there and they'll get the money out of that. There's no reason why Black Widow will not be a success. It's just wondering how much of a success it will be compared to if it was just strictly in the theaters. I'm kind of in the camp that it's actually going to do better than it would in theaters. It's hard to say and just speculate on what the pandemic would do to a film like this normally. And we don't know how it's going to turn out. It could be amazing, or it could be an average Marvel movie. It's been delayed for so long that it's been hot for a little bit and then taken away, so people are kind of meh on it, but still excited to be able to get more Marvel content, I'll tell you that. It's just gonna be interesting to see how it actually performs overall and how well it does on Disney. Because for me, I look at a $34 rental for this, you know, as soon as it premieres and it comes out. And at first I'm going, I don't really want to drop that money. I already paid for Disney Plus, but I've already gotten full value out of Disney for $90 a year. Like, I get WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier and all the Marvel movies and the back catalog for the kids. It's already got all its value already spoken for and paid for in itself. And a $35 one-time rental is a lot to swallow, but at the same time, movie prices out here are $15 a ticket for adults. So when you look at an average family of 4, like, it's a lot of money. Then you're gonna add in snacks and you're $100 to go to the theater. Now, the movie experience, fantastic. Love going to the theaters, but it's still a costly experience today. It's not like when I was a kid. When I was little, it was like $5-7 to go to the movies. Now when it's $15 per ticket for a 2-hour experience, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. And now to be able to watch it when you want to watch it, and for $35, I can watch it, enjoy it on the big screen at home, full surround sound. It's going to be good, and I think it's going to work well for so many families out there that want to be able to get the next Marvel experience for them. What do you guys think? Are you happy? Are you excited to be able to get Black Widow finally for July 9th? I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to turn out as a movie as a whole, how everything with Taskmaster is going to be in this film, and what is it going to lead to for the rest of the Marvel movies going into, you know, this year into next year. But what do you think about Disney Plus and the premium service of the movie rentals? They're having success right now, but I think HBO Max with Snyder Cut is something to consider of how much attention that movie has gotten. For its own reasons, obviously, for being the Snyder Cut and the hype and the fans willing it to succeed and to be done. But do you think that we're going to see this? I guess that's more of my question to you. Do you think that we will start to see this as more of a standardized movement of having films be day and date, depending on what the title is? Do you think it just depends on what the movie is going to be? And if movie theaters become open again worldwide and it's all kind of normal, do you think that we will see this pulled back? Or do you think now it's just going to be complemented together? What do you think the future is for all of this? Do you think that we're going to get day and date releases digitally now permanently? Because with Disney opening up the floodgates for not only this title, but others, but it sets a precedent with this and HBO Max doing all these things. It changes really the habits for people out there. Do you think that this is now going to be the standard? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Assemble number 2. We got more content. We got content that came out in the morning and content in the evening. Super excited to be able to talk all the nerdy stuff with you guys every single week. Let me know your thoughts on this with Black Widow, the release date, all things Disney Plus, and what you've been watching. And what do you think of Snyder Cut if you watched that thing? 4 hours was a long time, but I enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, thank you all for assembling with us. See ya.